So the year is 2021, and Apple goes ahead and releases their iPhone 13 lineup, and in my opinion, probably one of the best lineups Apple has ever made in general. Looking back, I think every single one of these devices has held up extremely well, and pretty much for the rest of the pretty much life now, for the duration of these iPhones' lifespan, I'm going to be recommending these iPhones like crazy. But there was one iPhone, which you know by the title, the iPhone 13 mini, that could have theoretically been, in my opinion, almost one of the most perfect iPhones that Apple has ever made. More so, I would say the 13 Pro, the 14 Pros, those are really good. Those are perfect in my opinion, better than the 13 mini. But the fact that the 13 mini kind of stood on its own as really the main small iPhone Apple has made makes me extremely happy that at least if they ended off the mini lineup, at least it ended off with a bang. And honestly, I still think the iPhone 13 mini holds up very well. And if you're in the market to pick up an iPhone, you cannot go wrong with the 13 mini, especially if you're somebody who likes a smaller iPhone. Now, the first thing I want to hit on is basically the body. It's a smaller sized, body than the iPhone 13, than the iPhone, 12, than the iPhone 11, but that's exactly what Apple was going for. Now, with the 12 mini, the problem with that phone was they cut a few corners. For one, I believe that iPhone had some display issues when it first came out, which is very common for a lot of iPhones. But two, the battery life. The battery just wasn't as great on that iPhone compared to some other iPhones, like the iPhone 12 in that example. And even the iPhone 12s didn't have tremendous battery life at that moment. So that was kind of an issue that we somewhat had at that point. But I will tell you, since then, these iPhones have gotten way better. And since the 13 mini has gotten iOS 16 and, so many updates, since then, I think this iPhone stands up very well, at least in the stability standpoint and in the body standpoint. But another thing that's happened since this iPhone's release is the price drop. We saw this iPhone get about $100 price drop from its previous generation, and even at $699, this wasn't a bad priced iPhone. Now we don't really have a $699 iPhone that Apple is selling. This was pretty much the last $699 brand new device that Apple has sold, and I'm kind of sad about that. We've kind of seen these prices kind of increase for the last few years now, and now that we've kind of gotten to this point, it's kind of weird. So the fact that this iPhone was cheaper than the standard iPhone 13, and you were getting pretty much the same internals, you were getting the same body almost, it's just a smaller size, screen, smaller size body, and it also had a bigger size battery than the 12 mini, which was another big thing. The fact that Apple went ahead and focused in and, kind of delivered on the one area where the 12 mini was kind of lacking made me at that moment think that Apple was really caring and, kind of was listening to their, customers, which was really nice. So I think the 13 mini, in my opinion, was probably one of the most perfect iPhones Apple has made in the last few years, considering they upgraded the body a little bit and they gave us a bigger size battery. That was a really big deal in my opinion. So that kind of covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.